Hey everybody, and welcome to my review of One Piece Chapter 1145, titled The Blazing Branch 8's Forest Number 2. I love that title. This, honestly, a chapter with not too much to talk about. I feel like there's a lot to talk about for like some of the One Piece theorizers, as we'll get in, but for somewhat more of the more casual audience, casual moderate like myself, like I don't have a lot to discuss, nor something that I've seen videos talking about this chapter, but I don't have a ton I can like add to the discussion. But yeah, so we have Yamato right here on the Holy Inari Shrine pilgrimage, who's just kind of standing over Ulti and Page One, looking badass with back turned to them as Ulti's hugging Page One. And yeah, jumping into the chapter, we start off with a fight as oh shoot. One second, let me get up the names of the new Giant Warrior pirates again. One second. One Piece, New Giant Warrior Pirates. I think this guy is Goldberg. He's the guy with the shield. Yeah, Goldberg. So Goldberg is using his shield with a face on it, and he puts it in position as it like grows in size to block the bite of this giant Bronchiosaurus like dinosaur, which, as we'll come to learn, is called a Groggysaurus and was apparently in Strong World. I really need to watch Strong World. Why are we using all these Strong World things if there's no Shiki? I wanted Shiki, damn it! Zoro and Sanji do a combination attack to cut it up, based off the same thing they did in Long Ring Long Land, where essentially Sanji kicks Zoro into the air and Zoro uses his three swords to just cut the dinosaur down. And, then they start talking about, like, hey, so what's up with that shield? Did it eat a devil fruit? And he explains, it came to life after my old man clashed with Big Mom. There's a couple of different translations on this. Some people are saying he inherited it from his father, who had a normal shield, and then when it fought Big Mom, it became a homie. But other people are saying that, yeah, I forget. I remember, like, a theory Tekking, I think, was talking about, was basically like, hey, what if Goldberg's father's soul was ripped out of his body by Big Mom and put into the shield, and, yeah, but we don't know. It talks about, yeah, this translation is at least saying specifically it is a Big Mom homie. There is some discussion in the fandom of whether it's a Big Mom homie or a Mother Caramel homie, but it seems to be Big Mom. At least from this translation, and they talk about how, like, oh yeah, Zeus, about how, it's mentioned by Zoro and Sanji that they know Zeus, and the shield's like, what? You know Zeus? He's like one of the bosses of all of us homies. Oh yeah, he lives with Nami. He's our navigator's lackey right now. Cut over to Loki. He's chained up and talking. Off camera, he explains all about the Gods Knights and how they attacked him, and he's here. And, yeah. And he says how, starts talking about the Gods Knights. The dinosaur gets cooked up. The meat is hot and fresh off the fire, and Luffy immediately runs it over to Loki and tries to shove it down his throat, to which Loki belts out that it's too hot. And Luffy apologizes. Eventually some soup comes up, so Luffy tries to run it over to Loki, trips, and pours all the scalding hot soup on his face, and Luffy's apologizing for that. And yeah, eventually Loki's getting, heals up a bit from the food-related injuries caused by Luffy, and just said, So, yeah, Shanks's whereabouts, I do actually know that. That's not a lie, and I am going to tell you. But I told you I'd tell you when you untied me. You have currently first off, you left one of the chains on me, and once I passed out, you also retied me. So yeah, I'm still not gonna tell you until I'm actually untied here. And yeah, we then have a bit of a flashback with Loki, and similar to how Luffy looked up to Shanks, or how Colin looked up to Shanks, or how Pedro looked up to Roger, Loki looked up to Rocks, and basically was like, "Let me join your crew. I'm not taking a kid like you." "Yeah, well, let me challenge you. I'm gonna fight you and prove that I'm strong." To which Rox was like, "Alright, bet." Took out a sword and actually stabbed Loki and left him on the brink of death. To which, as Rox, who's still in silhouette, and Whitebeard are walking away, Whitebeard's like, "Did you really have to pull a blade on a kid?" Which I feel like is great because, like, even like Whitebeard has always had a soft spot for children, so I'm sure he's like, Jesus Christ, who's the guy I'm working for? And Loki remarks that he was born in the wrong era, and he wishes he was born earlier and could have been with the Rocks Pirates, and yeah. We then get Dory, Broggy, and Gabon going sicko mode on all of the dream monsters. We see that the firefighters of Elbath are having a hard time putting out the flames and things are getting bad. But we have Jinbei come in using his fishman karate to extinguish all those flames, and there's huge amounts of celebration. And the children are all right. They didn't walk into the fire, but they're still marching on. And on the ship that has Colin, Usopp, Nami, Jinbei, and Brooke. We have Yunko appear. So we don't really see her appearing. I'm guessing that, like, her body basically unfurled into arrows and then refurled into a body, but we don't know. There's a lot of people talking like she listens to Soul King music. In the song New World, which she's a fan of, there's the line, "Show me your panties." She specifically has an outfit that does maybe show off her panties. Is she, like, actually a Brooke simp? Like, is she going to be like, "Alright, Straw Hats, time to fight you"? Oh my gosh, it's Brooke! Okay, I'm sorry, but before we fight, can I please get your autograph? I completely stole that joke from Tekking and butchered it slightly, but yeah. Break next week. I'm looking forward to more One Piece, and yeah. Not really sure where we're going yet. I mean, well, I know where all the plot lines are going, you know. Right now, Saul, Frank, right, going over the Straw Hats right now, you know, Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro are in the underworld and are about to hear Loki's tragic backstory, TMI. You know, we're about to get the Loki backstory, TMI. I mean, TM. Thing. We got Usopp, Nami, Frank, Jinbei, and Brooke here, who are about to get into a fight with Yunko. We've got Frankie and Lilith and Bonnie. Maybe the three of them are going to get into a fight with Killingham? Question mark. I'm not sure. We got or yeah, you know what? That's going to be my theory, because we're going to have, you know, to fight the dream guy, we're going to have Bonnie use her imagination powers, and, you know, Frankie use all of his super stuff, and then because the other God Knight is the thorn guy. You got all those children with the thorns around them. You got Saul, Chopper, and Robin about to theoretically get rid of the thorns. Maybe that's when he shows up and starts fighting them, which I don't like. I don't like anyone outside of the Monster Trio's odds on fighting a God's Knights. So I really... Oh, actually, wait. Gyabon would be there. So, yeah, I'm guessing we're going to get, Dory Broggy, Gyabon, Saul, Chopper, Robin against Summers. And so, it's really just going to be, Summers v. Gyabon at that point. And then we're either going to, get Gyabon killed, or Gyabon is going to or something Summers is going to send an attack against a child, to which Gyabon gets in the way and gets injured. Something to take him slightly out of commission, so that way Luffy can fight against him. Or I'm guessing at this point that Summers is going to be kind of the second to last boss, and then we're going to have Shamrock show back up, but what, Shamrock would only be gone for 2 hours, or I'm not sure if Summers is the final boss of Elbath, or if we're going to get Shamrock back, or maybe things are going to start looking south for the God's Knights, and they'll say, hey, we need some more backup, to which the Gorosei will say, hey, we can't send Shamrock back, he's currently busy, but we can send 3 more God's Knights. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time for chapter 1146. See you guys then.